Janesville community leaders are determined to continue on with a plan to improve its downtown despite the resignation of UW-Whitewater's chancellor. How her departure is impacting the city.
Kind of lost my song for a while.
New hope for those dealing with depression. The treatment option helping a Wisconsin woman feel better.
And 'tis the season to give back. We are sharing ways you can help families in our community tonight on News 3 at 6.
This is News 3 at 6.
Thanks for joining us. City leaders in Janesville will have to move forward on downtown projects without the support of UW-Whitewater Chancellor Beverly Copper.
She is resigning at the end of the year and was adamant about pairing the university and the city together. Adam Duxter joins us from our bureau at the Janesville Gazette. Good evening, Adam.
Well, Eric and Charlotte, Beverly Copper and UW-Whitewater were supposed to be a key component in some new development going on in downtown Janesville. But now, even with Copper on the way out, Sherry Stump says the plan is still a go. Space is getting tight at the Black Hawk Community Credit Union's current headquarters in Janesville. That's why in September, the company unveiled plans for a new riverfront home. A big space with the potential to house other organizations in the community, like the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater.
I know that there were a lot of people in Janesville that were hoping for a downtown campus of some kind.
Enter in UW-Whitewater Chancellor Beverly Copper.
Bev Copper worked really hard trying to unite UW-Whitewater with Rock County. So it only made sense to marry the two up and put UW-Whitewater in our Reflections Plaza.
Details at the time not set in stone, yet with Copper, Stump, and the city of Janesville on board, it looked as if UW-Whitewater was getting set to bring a portion of campus to Janesville. But with Copper announcing yesterday she would be resigning at the end of the year, the fate of the place is uncertain. Although Stump says there's no reason to worry.
While she started some really great work between the two campuses and how this might work, there's no reason for us to suspect that a new chancellor wouldn't pick right up where she left off and really push forward with it.
And that the plan is strong enough to move forward.
I think sometimes we'd like to think that it's dependent on one person, but it's really, the organization is much stronger than that.
Regardless of who's leading the way for the university.
I think you have to have a lot of faith in the fact that the revitalization of Janesville is in the hands of a lot of capable people. And Chancellor Copper did a great job of bringing that together for us, but there's no reason to believe that another person won't do a great job as well.
Now, the largest donation in support of the credit union project comes from UW-Whitewater alum Quint Studer. I spoke to him on the phone today, and he confirmed with me that he is still fully behind the project as well.
Adam, thank you. We are following a crash in Verona right now. It happened on North Main Street and in Icon Drive. There is construction in this area, and this crash happened right around 5:30 tonight.
All right, another nice day for us in southern Wisconsin. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canulty with our first alert weather. Gary?
Another mild day today. Temperatures well into the 40s over southern Wisconsin. And we continue to watch for any chance of snow before Christmas. Just doesn't seem like there is going to be much there. You can see some snow on the ground still across parts of southern Minnesota and northwestern Wisconsin, but that snow cover is continuing to shrink. And on Doppler track, there is no snow to be found anywhere. Low temperatures last night were in the teens from Madison on toward the north and east, and in the 20s to the south and west. High temperatures today, though, were in the 40s through all of southern Wisconsin, with the exception of Boscobel. They actually topped out at 50 degrees, and current temperatures are in the upper 30s. Look for the temperatures slide to start slowing down later on tonight as clouds move in, and that will keep low temperatures by morning to around freezing. So look for cloudy skies tomorrow. There's a chance for a rain shower mainly in the afternoon west of Madison. Our high temperature topping out at 42. That's your first alert forecast.
Gary, thank you. A man accused of firing on a Madison police officer in October of 2016 is sentenced to 22 years in prison today. Cornelius Britton was originally charged with attempted homicide but pleaded guilty to lesser charges of recklessly endangering safety in May. He is accused of luring officers to an apartment complex and firing on Officer Krista Lutke as she responded to the scene on Russet Road, something that has traumatized her ever since.
I'm a mother. Cornelius Britton tried to take my son's mother away. These feelings have led me to the following thoughts. I do not know if this job is worth it anymore.
This is, without question, utter disregard for human life, not just in the legal sense, but in the common use of the term.
Britton was also sentenced to 8 years extended supervision at the end of his prison term.
A man will spend 15 years in prison for robbing a Madison Culver's, which led to a bystander having a fatal heart attack. Xavier Fleming will also spend 100 years of extended supervision. He and another man, Nicholas Ivey, pleaded guilty in August. A contractor working at the Todd Drive Culver's last year had a heart attack during the robbery. After finding mold in a basement area, the Lodi Public Library is closed until further notice. That mold stemmed from a construction project. Library officials say when they were retiling the floor, they found water underneath the concrete, and some of those molecules were found in the air in the library itself. So as a precautionary measure, they decided to close the library until they could clear the air.
Took some air readings upstairs, and there was like molecules in the air up there, which could have been coming from when they were taking the cement out to the outside. So we did it as a precautionary measure.
And another air reading will be done tomorrow. Samples will be sent in. They're hoping to be open sometime next week. A new treatment being offered by SSM Health is giving people who have struggled with depression for years another option. It involves a powerful magnet that stimulates cells in the brain. Amanda Quintana is here with more on how it's working for one of the first patients right here in Madison.
Yes, well, unlike medications and even electric shock therapy, this is the first treatment that targets a specific part of the brain, a part that's critical in treating depression. And there are essentially no side effects. After 6 weeks of getting the treatment every weekday, the patient could never be depressed again. It's hard to not be captivated by Diane Robinson's voice. But what the onlookers at St. Mary's Hospital don't understand is what it means for her to have it back. She's calling it her Christmas miracle.
I kind of lost my song for a while, but I'm back singing again.
Now this is her new rhythm, 5 days a week for 19 minutes. It's giving back many of the things she loves that 40 years of depression took away.
I was a teacher, and this disease kind of robbed me of the years I would have liked to have spent. I had to retire early, and I love singing children's songs.
For years, she was able to fake it, perform, until things got worse and medication stopped working.
The feeling inside of me was, I don't want to die. I don't want to. However, I don't want to live like this.
But now, during her 9th transcranial magnetic stimulation treatment, she says the sunshine has been put back into her soul.
Even the first one, I kind of noticed a little lift in my spirit.
That stimulation she compares to little knocks from a woodpecker is sending powerful short bursts of magnetism to her brain.
That goes through your scalp, and by the magic of physics, it gets translated into electricity in the brain.
Dr. Tal Herbsman says that repetition, 3,000 times each sitting for 6 weeks, can essentially hit the reset button on her brain, putting her into a long-term remission from depression.
I can tell you what happens here, and I can tell you that Diane's feeling better, and then I can tell you a lot of speculations about why, what connects the two and what the mechanism of action is. But at the end of the day, we probably don't quite know how it works, but we do know that it works.
For Diane, that's really all that matters. Although there still are rough days, she's starting to feel like Diane again. Most insurance companies will only cover this treatment for patients who have had failure with multiple antidepressants and have been struggling for a long time. Doctors say patients like Diane might have to be treated for depression again eventually, but medication that previously didn't work for her could work again because they really reset her brain.
My goodness, and so she really felt that difference, didn't she?
Oh yeah, she said the first day. First day, she didn't want to go home and go to bed. She wanted to go shopping. She just could go out again.
Right,
Good for her.
Life-changing. Amanda Quintana tonight. Amanda, thank you.
Thanks.
Next at 6, between old coats and spare change in your pocket, there are plenty of ways to give back this holiday season. We're sharing a few next on News 3 at 6. There's a chance for you to help keep families warm in our area this winter.
The big Bundle Up clothing drive is underway. It's a statewide effort organized by the Wisconsin Department of Tourism. People in the Madison area can drop off items like coats, boots, and hats to the Greater Madison Convention and Visitors Bureau on Mifflin Street. Today, the first round of donated items was delivered to the Beacon, a resource center for people experiencing homelessness in Dane County.
Every year we see the need for the items that we collect in the Big Bundle Up. We reach out to community members throughout Dane County for donations, and we have not turned any donations away in the 8 years we've been involved. So the need is as strong today as it was 8 years ago.
The goal is to give the rest of the donated items to the YWCA sometime in January. Last year, around 800 items were collected. Lake Mills Dry Cleaners donates their time and energy to clean the items so they are ready to wear as soon as people receive them. Two familiar faces in Dane County are hoping you will donate to the Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign this season. Dane County Executive Joe Parisi and Sheriff Dave Mahoney served as bell ringers today. They were stationed at the Metcalfs on Mineral Point Road. The Salvation Army of Dane County is the only overnight homeless shelter for women and children in the entire county. It still needs around $200,000 of its $525,000 goal. And the good news is there's still time to help.
We live in a very caring community. People want to help who they can when they can. And this is a great way of helping people directly just by putting $1 or $2 in the bucket.
There are plenty of bell ringer shifts available. In fact, our producer Stephanie just signed up for one today, and it took less than 5 minutes. Just visit ringbellsdane.org.
Packer quarterback Aaron Rodgers giving back to the Green Bay community. He held a surprise pizza party last night for children diagnosed with cancer and members of Big Brothers Big Sisters and other Brown County charity groups. The Packers lost the Bears, of course, Sunday, officially eliminating the team from playoff contention, but he's still in the holiday spirit. Thousands of Wisconsin residents expected to travel this weekend.
Your holiday travel forecast from AAA coming up after this break.
Plus, will the weather impact your trip home? Gary's got those details in our first alert forecast just ahead. We are just a week away from Christmas, and here are some important dates to get your packages delivered on time. The post office says anything sent through first class or priority mail needs to be postmarked by Thursday if you want to get it where it needs to be by Christmas Eve. By the way, if Congress does not pass a new spending bill by midnight Friday into Saturday, the Postal Service would not be one of the federal agencies that would shut down, so that should not affect your packages and letters getting to their destinations on time.
A record number of people are expected to travel this holiday season. Here in Wisconsin, 2.1 million of us will go by car. That is up about 5% from last year. More than 120,000 people will fly somewhere. Because Christmas falls on a Tuesday this year, AAA expects Saturday the 22nd and Sunday the 23rd, as well as Wednesday the 26th to be the busiest travel days.
Gas prices are the big treat this holiday season. We're seeing the lowest prices not just of this year, but really in the last 18 months. And that's something that we expect is going to continue through this year-end holiday travel season.
AAA encourages you to plan ahead and be patient if you are traveling.
Well, gas prices are one thing, road conditions always another thing to keep an eye on this time of the year. If you're traveling, Gary has the latest in his first alert weather. Gary?
We're referencing that previous story. Saturday and Sunday, the 22nd, 23rd, I don't think will be any problem travel-wise around here. The question mark may come the day after Christmas on the Wednesday, the 26th, because a storm system could affect us at that point with a variety of wintry weather, depending exactly on what temperatures turn out to be. Time-lapse from the WISC Skycam. Boy, look at this. Just a beautiful day. Lots of sunshine, just a few cirrus clouds overhead, and that lasted through the entire day. A few more clouds are starting to move in from the west, and skies will turn cloudy overnight, and that will just keep our temperatures up and keep them from probably falling much below freezing, if at all. On Doppler track, not a flake of snow to be had anywhere across the state. So as far as the prospects for a white Christmas, I think they are still very low. As far as travel conditions are concerned, this is the GFS Future Track model starting at 6 p.m. today and running all the way out through Christmas morning. And you can see in the short term, skies will turn cloudy. Tonight we'll see some rain showers, maybe mixed with a few flakes of snow by early on Thursday morning. But this weather system really won't be a big one. It'll be more concentrated in the southeastern part of the country, so we're just kind of on the northern fringes of it. And then once that passes, we're back into sunshine for Friday and probably Saturday and Sunday. Now, this computer model does indicate at least a chance for some light snow on Saturday. This is a very late update from the computer model. Before, it was keeping the snow farther to the north. At this point, I think if we get more than a few flurries, that would be it on Saturday. And then Sunday, we're back to sunny skies as much of the day on Christmas Eve. Now, by early on or late Christmas Eve night, a next weather system could bring us a few flurries that would last into Christmas Day, but that weather system not very intense. The big storm system out west that'll be gathering, that's the one that we'll be watching for the latter part of next week. As far as snow on the ground, that just continues to shrink. Generally less than a couple of inches of snow, and most of this is less than an inch between about Madison and Marshfield. As far as the computer model forecast, well, the GFS computer model, this is through early on Christmas Day morning, showing maybe 0.2 of an inch of snow here in Madison. Slight chance for a little higher amounts farther out to the west from that Saturday system. The European computer model that yesterday was showing about an inch of snow here has backed off and pushed it back to the west. Most of this snow, if the European computer model is correct, would be during the day on Christmas Day, and even that's kind of iffy. Live view from the Edgewater Skycam downtown Madison. Very quiet out there, a little breezy. Low this morning started out at 19, but that's still 4 degrees above average. High of 44, 15 degrees above normal, and we're still at 38 with a southerly wind at 15 miles per hour. It's another thing that'll keep temperatures up tonight. Current temperatures are in the 30s to lower 40s, still 42 degrees in La Crosse. These temperatures will be slow to fall as clouds start to move in from the west later on tonight. Overnight, look for a low temperature of 32 degrees, partly cloudy skies this evening. It'll turn cloudy overnight. It'll be breezy as well for tomorrow. High of 42 thanks to breezy southerly winds. A slight chance for some showers in the afternoon, mainly west of Madison. As we look at future track, you can see the clouds coming in later on tonight. That'll keep low temperatures right around freezing. The best chances for any showers staying out to the west of Madison tomorrow, and even those will be iffy. Highs tomorrow, lower 40s. A chance for a rain or maybe rain and snow shower late tomorrow night into early Thursday morning, but even that now looking slim chances. High temperatures on Thursday in the middle 30s. 7 to 10 day forecast temperatures on the mild side, just a little cooler than they are now. Look for high temperatures in the lower 30s for the end of the week. Some flurry chances over the Christmas holiday, and then that big storm system toward the end of next week.
So where would you rather spend Christmas? In New York City or at home in, say, Amherst, Wisconsin with your family? The answer is coming up in sports.
Hi, I'm Michelle Carolla. Tonight on the news at 9, a life-size Swiss Advent calendar is set up in New Glarus. It's spreading some joy this holiday season. We'll show you that tonight, first on Fox at 9.
Packers running back Aaron Jones is done for the season. Jones was placed on injured reserve today. He was, of course, suspended for the first 2 games of the season, but still had 728 rushing yards and 206 receiving yards and 9 touchdowns. The Packers signed 3 guys you probably haven't heard of: wide receiver Alan Lazard, defensive end Eric Cotton, and cornerback DJ Killings. Unless you're playing in your championship game in your fantasy football league and have a Packer or Jet on your roster, you probably don't have much interest in watching the big tilt Sunday. Packers head coach Joe Philbin says you've got to play games against the Jets this week and the Lions next week like any other.
You know, finishing is important. Doing things the right way is important. And it's important for them to learn this, not only in these 2 games, whatever the outcome is the outcome is, but it's a lesson for them that, hopefully they can take beyond football. Hey, in life, you need to finish. You're going to have some tough things happen. Sometimes the ball doesn't always bounce your way. And you can either go home and feel sorry for yourself, or you can, step up and do the best you can and try to make it fun.
The Badger football team will leave for the Pinstripe Bowl in New York on Sunday, December 23rd. That means they'll be spending Christmas in the hustle and bustle of New York City. It's going to be the 3rd straight year the Badger players have been on the road for a bowl game on Christmas Day. Now, if you celebrate Christmas, it can be a bit of an inconvenience being half a country away from your family on that holiday, but there are ways of working around it.
But this year we scheduled Christmas around bowl games, so I'm not going to have it until in January, so it'll be good. But yeah, I definitely miss Christmas. But I'm excited for New York. I mean, Christmas down there is a big thing, so it'll be fun.
I'm excited to see the city personally. I think you have a good balance of taking it in and making sure you have your best prep, and I think that's where the bowl game's always challenging. But as long as your focus is there and all that, you're taking care of business. You're allowed to do what you want. So it'll be a good time.
In the United States, the story would be head coach fired by team. But in England, the headline is Manchester United sacked manager Jose Mourinho after Sunday's defeat at Liverpool left the club 11 points adrift in the Premier League top 4. That is so much cooler than saying something like the Packers fired Mike McCarthy. Anyway, Mourinho is out after just 2.5 years with Man U, and he was surprised by the decision. Our next Prep Mania High School game of the week is January 4th when Madison East hosts La Follette in boys basketball. You can watch that game on channel3000.com. Now, East, third in the state in Division I in the WISCSports.net rankings released today. East has a big one tonight in Sun Prairie. We'll have highlights of the game tonight on News 3 at 10. You've probably never seen a touchdown like this. In the NCAA Division II championship game, Ferris State quarterback Jairo Campbell throws to the end zone. Valdosta State's Corey Roberts tried to toss it back to a teammate for an interception. Oh, but he threw it to the wrong guy. Keandre Craig caught the ball for a touchdown for the offense. And it almost mattered as Valdosta State won the game 49-47. That's about as crazy a play as you're going to see. It's just trying to help.
Wow.
But, oops.
I could do New York for Christmas.
Could you?
Hands down.
Not Amherst?
No, I'm good with
Lovely
New York City.
this time.
Yeah.
I'll stick around here, although there probably isn't going to be much snow around here. Temperatures right now are still well above freezing in the upper 30s. Highs tomorrow, lower 40s. Chance of a rain shower in the afternoon. Rain and snow showers early on Thursday, and then dry weather until some flurries over the Christmas holiday, and then a big storm Wednesday through Friday of next week.
Carrie, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 at 6.
Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.
Download the new Channel 3000 app and get alerted on your mobile device the minute news breaks. Wherever you go, be the first to know with Channel 3000.